Aquarius, welcome to August. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This is going to be a video on August 2017 for Aquarius. And there's a lot going on here this month in August. We've got two eclipses. One's a solar eclipse and one is a lunar eclipse. So I'm going to talk briefly about each of those. I'm going to make an individual video for each of those things, but just to touch on those, since they're happening here in August, you have a new moon in Leo in your 7th house of partnerships on August 21st, and that's also going to be a solar eclipse, so that's going to have a powerful punch to it. Wonderful time to be beginning new relationships or new phases of relationships around that time. And you may have gotten a precursor for this. July 23rd, there's a new moon in Leo in your 7th house. But the one in August is going to be the second wave of that, and it's going to be a little bit more intense. So also, you have a lunar eclipse in your 1st house on August 7th. And what that does is because the moon represents our emotions, that brings up emotional stuff that you're ready to let go of. You guys, Aquarians, are really about freedom and innovation and doing things your own unique way. So this lunar eclipse on August 7th brings a completion, an illumination. It's a full moon. So it's something that's completing and something that's getting released. And it is in your 1st house of the self. So there may be a way of being that you used to identify with. That's a very 1st house word, identification, the self, who I am, personality. And because it's a full moon and lunar eclipse, it could be part of your shadow self that you're releasing. Part of an old part of you that emotionally you no longer need to carry it and you're letting it go. So something's coming to illumination or completion and ready for release. But I'm most excited for you with this new moon in Leo in your house of partnerships. It's like there's a new phase. There's a new sun shining there. And it's got a lot of fire energy supporting it. So for those of you who are in relationships currently, it could be a new phase with your partner. Or for those of you who are single, it could be a new partner coming in. It gives you a lot of confidence, a lot of vitality, a lot of courage, a lot of action, because those are all Leo themes. And it's your opposite. You guys can be more oriented in your mind. You are an air sign, so you tend to operate in terms of ideas and humanity. And Leo is more about the self. So I actually get that you might be asserting yourself more in your relationships, as well as allowing the other to show up too. It's really nice, Aquarius, but you've got a lot of like beautiful yellow, fiery Leo, golden energy, courage, optimism, boldness, all that good stuff. So let's get right into the tarot. One other thing I want to mention too is that there is a Mercury retrograde happening from August 13th through the rest of the month. So if during the second half of the month you feel like things kind of go haywire, go backwards, or scramble a little bit, just understand that that's Mercury retro. It's usually a good time to reassess things, to review, revise, edit, finish up things that are not yet completed. So that's also going on. At the beginning of the month, I see a theme of healing for you. This is 6 of Swords, which has to do with recovery, with healing, with going from troubled waters to smoother seas, calmer horizons. And usually this is a card that depicts either you helping someone else helping you, or you helping yourself. So in its literal form, it can mean going on a travel expedition, like traveling somewhere, literally going somewhere new. But it can also be figurative in terms of just going somewhere new in terms of how you think. because swords represents the air element, which is thoughts and beliefs. So I really see this card as healing and recovery. I also see, for some of you it may be travel, but for most of you I think it's going to, I mean, I'm really just getting it as recovery and healing right now. And this is Knight of Cups. So this is an offer of love. This sometimes can show up as a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So it could be a water sign that you're interacting with, or it could just be like a declaration of love. Knight of Cups is someone who wears his heart on his sleeve. He's very sensitive. He's very romantic. He's very idealistic and altruistic. And when he's wearing this armor that looks like Hermes, the god of communication, his costume. So it's usually, he's the messenger god, and it's a message that has an emotional basis. So it's a message of love, or it's an emotional message. And it could be that is something you're experiencing that first week of August, where with that lunar eclipse, messages are coming up to be released. So this could be you, potentially Aquarius, but it also could be a water sign or someone who embodies the archetype of Knight of Cups, someone who is sharing their heart, someone is coming with a message of love that's either coming to you or coming from you. So that's going on as well. I see a lot of sort of soft colors here, as well as these bright yellows. So I see you mostly in August having a very optimistic outlook. I see a lot of coins cards too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost half of your cards are coins cards. So you may have a lot of focus on money or income or work this month. I do see that at the beginning of August, there may be some challenges in terms of having self-discipline. This is 9 of Coins, which means reaping the rewards of your efforts, your own efforts, like saving up money or working hard for money, being disciplined about like following a budget, that kind of thing. And with her in reverse, sometimes this can mean like spending a lot or not being on top of your income versus expenses. So be careful of that, Aquarius. This can mean like you don't feel like you have access to have it all. She has riches. She has luxury. So I'm just kind of seeing that you're not feeling like you have access to it, but I do see that there's money waiting for you. It's coming in. This is also a card of reaping rewards from your effort. It's just not quite here yet. It's not time to harvest that. So you may have been putting in a lot of effort and it may be coming up soon or next. It's just that this is usually a card of patience. So if you're waiting, if you feel like you've been putting in a lot of effort and you're not seeing the returns on that, this card's just saying you may need to just be a little bit more patient. The time is not yet ripe. This is a card of assessing if you're getting returns on the investment that you've put in. And often it's a card of just patience. So consider that. I actually see that there's going to be some giving and taking here in the middle of the month. So if you're feeling like you don't have access to the money that you have earned through your efforts, that you've already put in, keep an optimistic outlook on that. That's what all this yellow is about. Keep a sunny disposition. You've actually got some things coming in here towards the middle of the month. Also in the middle of the month, you are having difficulty making a decision. Now this is 2 of Swords, which has to do with indecision, like whether to go left or to go right, whether to go up or to go down. She's faced with a decision between 2 different swords or 2 different actions, 2 different options, and she does not want to make the decision. So she is effectively checking out. I'm actually seeing this happening around the new moon, around the 7th. So it's kind of saying that if you don't face something, if you don't face some sort of decision, you could end up going into stagnancy, or you could like just get checked out. I'm really seeing a lot of avoidance potentially in making a decision. And I'm seeing too that it could be helpful to enlist the help of a fire sign. This could be a mother, it could be a sister, Potentially it could be male or female, but Queen of Wands usually shows up as female and usually as a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, they might be really helpful in helping you make a decision. And it might be regarding work too. It might be whether you stay at work or leave work. It may be about something that you have been carrying for a while. I'm seeing a lot of hard work having been put in here. And I do see that you make a correct decision in terms of finances and giving and taking values, like whether you get paid enough or not. But I see Queen of Wands as helping you with that. So whether this is you or someone else, I kind of get that it's someone else, Aquarius. This is someone who's got a sunny disposition. She's witty, she's attractive, she's confident, she's bold. I'm actually getting that she has the experience, that this could be upper management that you need to consult with, or HR, or someone in your family that you go to for advice, even a good friend, sister, family member, someone who can help you make this decision. They're going to give you good advice, and they are going to help relieve the sense of carrying too much, if you're feeling like you've just been carrying too much for too long. There's a great saying that says, how heavy is a glass of water? And someone says, well, how long have they been carrying it? And that's kind of what this card is about, is that you may need to put down some things that are unnecessary. You may be carrying your more than what is your load. But middle month, this is really a time to assess value on things. This is a card of the haves and the have-nots. It's a card of even exchange. So what it means is that if you put out a certain amount of work, that you are getting compensated for it fairly. It's really a card of give and take, where this person is giving and this person is receiving, and that's where this balance comes in. So 6 is a number of order and harmony and peace. When things are equitable, when you pay a fair price for something, when you receive fair compensation for work done, that's what's going on in this card. So if it's time to negotiate for a better contract or better work conditions or a better salary, this can be a good time to do that, because I see a lot of hard work surrounding this card here. And it is in the upright position, so I do see it going positively. And it's also surrounded by wish fulfillment, the card of wish fulfillment. This may be doubt that you're going to get your wishes fulfilled, but the wish fulfillment card is here. And I also see the boss. This is the manager of the money. So this is the person who's at the head of the company, the CEO, the person who makes the decisions regarding finances. There's a lot of hard work, wish fulfillment, and the boss around this negotiation for money. So Aquarius, if you're looking to make advancements in terms of the work that you've put in, this could even be like negotiating contracts for a loan, or like I said, for your salary, for anything to do with an exchange of money. This is very positive in terms of, okay, here's the work I've put in. Now, here's what I would like to receive. Here are my terms. You may even just be renegotiating terms on a contract. And I see, the boss, the guy who's in charge of the money, is in the upright position with all this yellow, with all this optimism, this sunny. This is where your Leo, in your 7th house of partnerships, it can also have to do with work partnerships, is really coming into play. You have a lot of bright, optimistic energy here. And then towards the end of the month, I see you working away again. This is eight of coins. This may be like feeling like you have to put in too many hours at the office and feeling like you're not sure how much longer you can do this. But I do see you finding peace and balance and this wish fulfillment. But it's almost like after you talk through this negotiation, you're okay with putting in the extra hours because you know that there's some fairness there. You come to terms with it. And this means having peace in this grounded, earthly, physical way, and also emotionally. So this means finding the middle road, finding the moderation. Temperance means serenity, feeling free. That's what these wings have to do with. So there's some sort of freedom that you find I really also see it in line with this, the woman who is going to be giving you advice and maybe sharing what your feelings are, sharing your heart about how you feel about something that's happening. And the boss is involved, and this is wish fulfillment. You may need to clear any feelings of doubt, fear, or resistance, because 9 of Coins showing up in the reverse position is saying that you may have some reservations or thinking that reservations towards getting what you want, or thinking that it's possible, because this shows satisfaction and this shows wish fulfillment. This shows things, you being happy. But if you're doubting that, if you think, oh, I'm never going to be happy, I'm never going to get my needs met or my desires met, you may talk yourself out of it. You may not allow it. So you kind of have to remove this block in order to allow those things to happen, Aquarius. So that's my reading for you for August, Aquarius. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those down in the comments section. Do receive, there's a lot of action here. Do receive help from either a fire sign or someone who's got expertise in the area of this decision that you're not so sure about making. That if you're stuck in any sort of inaction in the middle of the month, this fire sign person can really help you. And they can help you identify what's not yours and what you can put down. I see you being overworked in some ways, Aquarius. So that's my reading for you. If you enjoyed it, feel free to give a thumbs up or share it with another Aquarius who you think might enjoy the message. Have fun with August. There's a lot going on. And again, towards the end of the month, if stuff seems like it's scrambled, just be patient with yourself, tap into your inner sense of peace here. And as always, I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. Yours in the stars.